Okay, let's just dive right in. Look around you. Seriously. Chances are you or someone really close by is staring deep into a glowing rectangle right now.
Uh-huh.
We're all hooked, right?
Then let's...
Scrolling, feeds to look perfect, reality's built just for us. And we think, okay, this has to be new. This is a Wi-Fi and microchip problem.
Right, a uniquely modern crisis.
Right.
But what if? What if it's not?
Go on.
What if staring at a mediated surface, believing those images are reality? What if that's just a fundamental human thing? A bug in our system.
Okay, I see where you're going.
A bug that maybe someone spotted, about 2,400 years ago.
Exactly. This is where it gets wild. Get this. Plato, the big guy. We're saying he basically invented the metaverse.
Okay, invented might be strong, but...
He predicted it. Deepfakes, scroll culture, the whole thing. His Allegory of the Cave, it's right there in the Republic. It's the OG virtual reality thought experiment. Plato totally saw this coming.
Well, maybe not the text specifics, but the metaphor. Absolutely spot on. He created this incredible blueprint for how we get trapped by mediated reality, how ignorance works, how enlightenment feels.
Yeah.
So our mission today for this deep dive is to take Plato's allegory and just map it straight onto our digital lives right now.
We're going to show you how these ancient ideas still perfectly explain why you can't stop scrolling.
Whether the shadow comes from a literal fire or, a massive AI network.
Get ready for some chaotic philosophy. You're about to find out why your favorite app is basically a prison Plato designed.
So, first things first, the cave itself, the original VR simulator. I need to picture the scene.
Lay it on us.
Okay, Plato says, imagine people chained up inside a dark cave, and they've been there since they were born.
Chain how? Like, loosely?
No, tightly. Legs and necks bound so tightly they can only look straight ahead at the cave wall right in front of them.
Whoa. Okay, so tunnel vision enforced from birth. They can't look around, can't see each other.
Nope. Just the rock face. That's their entire visual field.
Sensory deprivation tank, almost. Except for what's on the wall, what is on the wall.
Right, so behind these prisoners, there's a fire burning. That's their only light source.
Okay.
And between the fire and the prisoners, there's a low wall, kind of like a puppet stage barrier.
A parapet.
Yeah, exactly. And behind this wall, people are walking back and forth carrying stuff. Objects, statues, maybe animal figures, puppets.
Things made by humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Manufactured objects.
Yeah.
And the firelight casts the shadows of these objects onto the wall that the prisoners are forced to watch.
Ah, okay. So the prisoners, they never see the actual objects?
Never.
Or the people carrying them?
Nope.
Or even the fire?
Never. All they know, their entire reality, consists of these flickering, distorted shadows moving on the wall.
That's it.
That's their world. And here's a crucial bit. If the people carrying the objects talk, the sound bounces off the cave walls.
So the echo.
The prisoners hear the echoes and assume the voices are coming from the shadows themselves.
Oh, wow. So the shadows aren't just pictures. They're beings. They talk. They interact.
In the prisoners' minds, yes. Those shadows are the sum total of their reality, their truth, their culture, what they discuss.
So the cave is literally a reality simulator. Everything they perceive is filtered, indirect, mediated.
Exactly. The source material, the puppet, goes through this fire and rock filter before it even hits their eyes.
It's the ultimate perception trap. They have no reason to believe otherwise.
None at all. And for Plato, the way out wasn't, inventing a better screen.
Right.
It was intellectual. It was reason. His headset was basically intuition plus some seriously hard thinking.
Okay, so we get what they see shadows. But why are the shadows, philosophically fake? Why does it matter? This gets us into his theory of forms, doesn't it?
It does. We care because the forms tell us what's really real. The shadows are fake because, according to Plato, even the puppets being carried behind the wall, even those are just imperfect copies.
Like copies of what?
Copies of perfect eternal forms. Plato believed that the physical world we see, it's all just pale imitations of these ideal blueprints that exist outside of space and time in a purely intellectual realm.
Okay, give me an example.
Think of a circle.
Yeah.
You can draw a million circles, right? None of them will be geometrically perfect.
Right, they'll be wobbly or the line's too big.
Exactly. But they all point towards the idea of a perfect circle, the form of circle. That perfect concept doesn't exist physically, only in thought. Same for beauty, justice, goodness.
So the shadow on the cave wall is an imperfect image.
Of a physical puppet.
Which is itself an imperfect copy.
Of the true, unchanging form.
It's like a game of telephone, but for reality itself. Chinese whispers, like you said.
Precisely. And to help us navigate these layers of reality, Plato gave us another analogy, the divided line. It basically maps out the journey from utter ignorance to true knowledge.
Okay, let's chart this line. It splits everything into two big realms, right?
Yep. The visible world, what we see, which is unreliable, shifting, based on opinion, and the intelligible world, what we understand through reason, which is stable, true knowledge.
Got it.
Okay.
So bottom level, lowest rung.
That's the cave dwellers staring at the shadows. Plato calls this conjecture, or acacia, just passively accepting the flickering images as reality without any critical thought.
Like mindlessly scrolling Instagram.
Pretty much. Now, move up one level within the visible world. You're maybe unchained enough to turn your head and see the puppet itself.
Ah, okay. You see the object casting the shadow.
Right. This is the level of belief, or doxa. You're basing your understanding on direct sensory experience of physical objects.
You see the puppet, you believe that's a puppet.
Yes, but it's still just doxa opinion. You haven't used reason yet to ask, what is a puppet? Is this puppet a true representation? What is it pointing towards? You're stuck with the unreliable data from your senses.
So conjecture is just accepting the feed. Belief, doxa, is maybe seeing a viral video, getting outraged, forming a strong opinion instantly.
Based only on that sensory input, without digging deeper, questioning the source, the context. You're reacting to the image, not the underlying truth.
Okay, so how do we get out of this visible world of opinion?
You cross the line into the intelligible world, the realm of knowledge. The first step up here is thought, or dianoia. This is like mathematical reasoning using logic, axioms, and hypotheses, thinking about the principles behind the physical things.
Thinking about the form of circle, not just the wobbly drawing.
Exactly. And then the highest level, the summit. This is full understanding, or epistemo, grasping the forms themselves directly through pure reason, seeing the absolute unfiltered truth.
And what lights all this up? In the allegory, there's the sun outside the cave.
Right. The sun represents the ultimate reality, the form of the good. For Plato, the good is what illuminates all other forms, makes truth and knowledge possible, just like the sun makes vision possible. It's the source.
It's blindingly bright, though, right? Which leads us to the escape. This isn't some joyful, I can see clearly now moment, is it?
Not at all. Plato is very clear. If you drag one of these prisoners out, it's agony.
Pure pain.
Physical and psychological torture. Imagine going from pitch blackness your whole life straight into bright sunlight.
Your eyes would scream.
Exactly. He's overwhelmed, disoriented, probably angry. He'd hate the light initially because it completely shatters his comfortable, known reality.
That's the cost of unplugging then. The truth hurts, literally. Hurts your eyes, hurts your sense of self.
And the adjustment is slow, painful. Plato says he'd first be able to see shadows outside, then reflections in water, then maybe the physical objects themselves.
Working his way up the divided line, basically.
Precisely. And only after a long, gradual process of getting used to the light could he finally look at the moon, the stars, and eventually the sun itself, the form of the good.
It really emphasizes that knowledge isn't just downloaded. It's earned through struggle.
It's an active, demanding climb, not passive watching.
Okay, but then comes the kicker, the really dark twist. He remembers his buddies back in the cave.
He feels pity for them, remembering the honors they gave each other for being good at guessing which shadow came next.
Right, their whole shadow-based economy of prestige.
And he feels compelled to go back down, to free them.
And how does that go? A hero's welcome.
Oh, it's brutal. He goes back into the darkness, but now his eyes, adjusted to the sunlight, are useless down there. He can barely make out the shadows anymore.
He can't play their shadow games. He stumbles around.
Exactly. He tries to tell them about the world outside the real objects, the sun.
And they just laugh at him.
They mock him mercilessly. They say he went up and ruined his eyes. They call him crazy. He sounds like a lunatic to them because he's describing a reality completely alien to their experience.
They think the real world damaged him.
They do, and worse. They violently resist any attempt to free them. Plato says they would literally try to kill anyone who attempted to drag them out of the cave.
Wow. They'd rather kill the messenger than face the discomfort of the light.
It shows how deeply people cling to familiar illusions. We protect our chains, especially if the alternative feels overwhelming or threatening to our whole worldview.
The cost of truth isn't just personal discomfort, it's alienation. You leave the echo chamber, you try to share what you found, and you get canceled, ridiculed, called nuts.
You lose the comfort of belonging, the certainty of the shared illusion.
Okay, the parallels are starting to feel uncomfortably close. Let's do it. Let's map this old cave onto right now. systematically.
All right, let's transpose Plato's structure onto the digital landscape.
Start with the chains. What's binding us to the screen now? It's not actual iron shackles.
No, it's much more subtle. It's addictive design, UX UI, the infinite scroll, notifications.
Dopamine loops.
Exactly. Psychological vulnerability is exploited to keep our necks craned, our eyes fixed forward on the feed, designed to stop us from looking away.
Okay, the chains are the interface. What about the low wall, the puppet stage?
That's the algorithm. The platform's opaque, black box code.
Ugh. We see the results, the shadows on our feed, but we have zero clue how it decided what to show us, who the puppeteers are, or what rules they're playing by.
Totally hidden. And the fire, the light source casting the shadows.
What's generating the light on our screens?
It's the engagement metric. The code designed not necessarily for truth or accuracy, but for maximum reaction. Clicks, shares, comments, watch time.
Heat. Controversy. Friction.
Yes, that heat distorts the shadows, makes them maybe less clear, more sensationalized, but way more captivating. It keeps you watching.
Okay, fire is engagement code. What about the objects being carried? The puppets.
That's the content itself. User-generated posts, influencer marketing, news articles, political memes, deep fakes.
All this stuff being fed into the algorithm, which is already often, let's say, not pure reality.
Often intentionally crafted, filtered, sometimes entirely fabricated, already copies of copies, or just outright fictions.
And so the shadows on our wall, that's the feed itself.
That's your personalized timeline, your curated reality. Filtered, distorted, algorithmically selected second, third, fourth-hand glimpses of things, tailored specifically to reflect and confirm what the algorithm thinks you want to see.
Which nails the confirmation bias problem. The case prisoner never questions the shadows because it's literally all he knows.
And the modern user often doesn't question the feed because the algorithm is designed to show them things that feel familiar, that validate their existing views. It feels true because it feels comfortable.
It's the perfect echo chamber.
And think about the returner, the person who escapes and comes back.
The whistleblower, the fact checker, the person who posts something that challenges the groupthink.
Exactly. What happens? Often they're attacked, called crazy, accused of spreading fake news, maybe even deplatformed.
Laughed out of the cave, threatened for trying to drag people toward an uncomfortable truth.
Their attempt to bring episteme, real understanding, into the cave of doxa, of opinion and belief, it's met with hostility because it threatens the shared illusion, the comfortable shadows.
What's scary is Plato worried about, like, fancy statues being mistaken for real animals. We're dealing with AI-generated video, synthetic news reports, deep-faked politicians saying things they never said. Things designed to be indistinguishable from reality.
The core problem remains the same, though. It's not the technology itself. It's the manipulation of our perception, the filtering of reality.
And the fact that genuine knowledge requires effort. It requires stepping outside the comfortable mediated environment.
Which leads us right to the metaverse.
Yes, the ultimate immersive experience. Is it finally breaking free?
Well, based on Plato's structure,
Yeah.
what do you think? If you're in a fully mediated, constructed reality, no matter how convincing, how high-res,
You're still just in a cave. Maybe a fancier cave with better graphics and haptic feedback.
but still a cave, a more elaborate simulation of shadows. It's not the sun, it's just a really sophisticated fire.
Wow, okay. So the takeaway here is Plato just absolutely nailed our core struggle, didn't he?
He really did. Why we prefer comfortable belief over difficult truth. Why illusions are so damn sticky.
And why getting actual knowledge takes work. It always has.
Whether it was 2,400 years ago or scrolling through your feed right now, seeing reality clearly, that's an active choice you have to make. It's not just passively absorbing whatever the algorithm or the fire throws onto your wall.
So long before anyone dreamed of VR headsets or social media, Plato kind of laid out our whole digital dilemma.
His lesson is timeless. You have to recognize the chains, question who's tending the fire, and be willing to take that uncomfortable walk outside.
Even if the truth stings your eyes for a bit.
Especially then.
So maybe the next time you're staring into that screen and it feels like a perfect window onto the world, just pause, ask yourself.
Yeah.
If this is just a reflection, whose shadow is actually on the wall?
You might still be inside, just with, much shinier chains.